Hello, and welcome to James Les's Express Lane, where we get you out as fast as possible. For Carole and Tuesday Part 1, I took over her body. For Part 2, taking over this body. Now, I originally thought they were seasons 1 and 2. Turns out, there's only one season. But for some reason, Netflix cut them in half. Why, I don't know. But, there's only one season. And you know why there's only one season? Because it's done by the same person, or from what I've read, it's done by like the same person or studio or whatever that does Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo and every other amazing anime that has one season and nothing else. Tear. Also, at the end of Part 2, it says the story will continue. It's like, oh, great! In your mind. Ah, come on! So yes, there'll probably not be a Part 3 or Season 2, whatever you want to call it, because the person who made the show made Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo and others that they get a season and that's it. But man, what a hell of a story do they tell every time. Carole and Tuesday Part 2, the fallout from being disqualified from the Mars Got Talent contest. It's like, well, I guess we need to focus on our single, get an album, focus on getting the music out there a different way. We got some publicity from Mars Got Talent, so it'll be easy to get our foot in the door. But at the same time, Tuesday's mom is running for president still. And now she's got some nut job. Mars first, we need to get rid of all the immigrants from Earth that are on Mars. It's like, it's not like Mars has been colonized for 1,000 years. No, it would literally be like the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, and then like 20 years later, more Pilgrims show up, and they've like, no, you're not allowed to land at Plymouth Rock. You got to go back to England. All right, it's probably closer to 50 or 60 years, but still, there's been maybe 2 generations fully on Mars. It's not like it's been colonized for 1,000 years. From what I can tell from the story. Mars has been colonized for maybe 60 to 100 years at most. I don't know. Saying 100 years is too much. There's no way it's been 100 years. Like, Carole and well, no, not Carole. So Tuesday over there, she might be like the first generation of her family born on Mars. Everyone else, like her mom, dad, like all of them on up, probably came from Earth. And yet they're running on it. We need to get rid of the people from Earth. Bitch, you're from Earth! At least mom probably is. As old as she is, she probably wasn't. She was probably born before Mars was colonized, was what I'm trying to get at. Is that. Like, but she's running on this platform because she wants the votes. She doesn't believe in it. She doesn't even particularly want it. But whatever AI algorithm said, if you run on this platform, you'll win the election. Alright, I guess run on that platform. Tuesday's brother, who's working for their mom, is like, yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable with this. I'm going to go that way. At the same time, you got a nice, young, handsome, charming reporter. Got a bit of that bad boy vibe. Talking to Tuesday multiple times. Trying to get an interview. Finally, she acquiesced to his request and decides to do an interview. And like, wow, this is really nice. Maybe next time I'll ask you questions. That'd be lovely. There's next time. And then another. And then you have to watch to find out. On the other part of Mars, you got Angela, the winner of Mars Got Talent. Former teen model, child model, now turned into a teen singer. It's everything her mother has always wanted. She's going to perform at the Grammys, something her mother always wanted. That's like, uh-oh. So you get this starts going on. Then our producer, Tao, is trying to produce the perfect song for her using AI. Makes an AI hologram counterpart that's perfect. Which Pizzangela was like, well, then what the fuck do you even need me? We just got this counterpart. There's a lot of storylines going on. I think my favorite has got to be Toby. Toby's eccentric. He has money, so he's eccentric, not crazy. Music producer. That Gus, the lady's manager, former rock star himself, knows. They go to him. All right, you're going to put out the best shit of your life, or you're going to die trying. Oh, that was Taylor shit. Oh, that was the worst shit I've ever heard. Oh my, you found a way to make shit even worse than the last shit that I heard. All right, that was actually okay shit. Wow, you only got an okay shit after only 53 takes. It's like, what? Yeah, that's actually a compliment. Usually it takes longer than that. He was an interesting character, and I like the fact that, like, Gus, he's old school. So it's like his ideas all this old school stuff, while their buddy Roddy's like, well, we could try this and this and this, and Gus like, the fuck are you talking about? Then Roddy just looks at him like, who are you talking about? Who is this Toby? He's only the producer on 18 of the top 20 best-selling albums on Mars. 20 years ago. I mean, it's a nice, interesting dynamic for the group. They have Gus, that's old school. Well, we're going to go to this bar. We're going to play there. It might only be 10, 15 people there. Those 10 or 15 people are going to remember. 5 years from now, when you're huge, they're going to remember. Oh, I saw him in this dingy little bar. But how do we get to being that memory of being a huge band, all that they remember, hey, I saw them when they were just starting out, if, we're playing for 10, 15 people at a bar? Anyways. But he has his connections. It's old school connections, but still connections. Well, Roddy has other connections, like Erdogan, who goes, I don't know why they did his story. His storyline lasts all of 2 episodes, and it's just, why? He has a storyline in the second part of the show that it's resolved literally in like 2 episodes. It's like, wow, that was about 40 minutes of my life wasted. Good job, guys. But at the beginning of the series, episode 1, you have the 7-minute miracle. And it's like, well, we're building up to the 7-minute miracle. What the fuck's the 7-minute miracle? Well, obviously, at the end of part 2, season 1, whatever you want to call it, you finally find out what the 7-minute miracle is. You have a lot of rappers and other artists and singers and DJs and producers that came from Earth. And since you got this anti-Earth policy person ramping up the hatred for people from Earth, some of them start getting arrested. Some of them start getting abused. Some of them getting thrown in jail and all that. It's like, ooh. It's like, yeah, his visa expired 8 years ago. It's like, I can kind of see that, but did you really need to bust in like a SWAT team, bust down the door, start shooting, start punching people and beating them? It's like, no. But like, hey, your visa expired. Okay. I guess I'll go off with you. Now, I did read there was some blowback or dissent on this part of the series because they got too political. I didn't like it. It paints rounding up and exterminating people as bad. It's like, that's kind of the point. Like, it's very today. Like, that happened today, and I don't know if it was a show choice or it just happened that way where all the immigrants that are getting booted out were dark-skinned. Like, there's not a single light-skinned immigrant being booted. Every immigrant, having their face bashed in or being shot on the street and all that was dark-skinned. Like, again, was that part of just the show's decision or just how it went? I don't know. But yeah, I get the right-wingers there crying, "Wah, this makes concentration camps look bad." Like, yeah, because concentration camps are bad. "Wah, this makes police brutality and shooting people on sight look bad." Because it is bad. Guy walking down the street, cops pop up, start shooting at him. Yeah, that's kind of a bad thing. Let's see. There's some family stuff for Carole, who is an immigrant from Earth, an orphan, been living on Mars in a shit-tacular storage area, but it's what she could afford. And she was given a chance by the guy who was renting it out to her. Like, no, if it weren't for you, I probably would have died because I would have been stuck on the streets. But you took, $50 a month, or whatever, the rent was super cheap. It's like, you took the $50 a month, it's like, well, it's a storage unit I'm not using. Like, you were able to, pull some shit in there and make it habitable. That's on you. I'll take the extra $50. God, I mean, I know I'm a bit rambling here, but there's just multiple storylines. And again, the storyline I liked the most was them working with Toby and him putting him through the paces because, like, yay, our song's good. No, it's shit. You work on this, you work on that, you get this, you get that. Nope, no, nope. That take was shit. What do you mean that take was shit? On one note for this part of the song, yeah, we're off by this much. Shit. Toby only produces greatness. And it's like, well, he's an asshole, he's such a jerk. But the very first single they release does great. Starts off at 18th on the list. Angela starts off at first, but Angela has a major corporation, $12 million backing her, while these two have a rundown studio that Toby was able to get. But their song keeps climbing up. It's like, oh yeah, last week you started at 18th, now you're up to 12th, now you're up to 9th. Wow, we're top 10, yay! And part of that is because of Toby. Because, like, yeah, Toby was a dick, and he could have been nicer about it, but he got what he wanted. And more importantly, he got what these two wanted. A great song. It's like, yeah, you could have played that song 30 times at different bars and all that. Every time, oh, you missed a keystroke here, or the keystroke went on 0.0001 seconds too long, and maybe the crowd would have noticed. But Toby, I noticed. That was shit. Do it again. And then once the single goes pretty well, it's like, all right, well, we're going to have to get the whole album in. But then all the political strife starts happening. There's a terrorist attack. There's a story behind the terrorist attack that destroys the weather complex that controls the weather on Mars. So it gets cold, and then it starts to snow. And it's like, Carole's never seen snow before. It doesn't snow on Mars. Like, they have the weather control machines to make sure it's a nice temperature all the time. It's perfect weather all the time. Until someone destroys the weather machine, and then it fucks up the weather for the area. And she sees snow for the first time. It's like, yeah, it's cold, but it's so pretty. And there's some cool stuff that goes on in the show. Like, the first part of season 1, how Netflix cut it in, has, like, first 5 episodes, like, okay, what does it matter they're on Mars? Like, this could have been done on Earth. Like, this makes no sense that it's on Mars. Why would you have it on Mars? Like, there's nothing about it being on Mars that makes it being on Mars a point of the story. And then you get to part 2, and then it's like, oh, so you get the Mars things, then you get the whole immigrants from Earth, and you get the political rally, and you get immigrants being rounded up and thrown in cages. But I also like that for at least some of the guards and stuff, it's like, this is their job. They're just following along. It's like, hey, you broke your immigration visa. It expired, whatever. But they're not dicks. The guy's like, hey, can you get a phone in here? It's like, not supposed to, but it's not like, what was it? One guard, I can't remember the exact line, but it's like, no, you didn't murder anyone. Your visa expired. I let my driver's license expire a couple times. It's not that big a deal. So he gets a phone and records that the guy wrote lyrics on the wall. And he wanted to get his new song out while he's in prison. It's like, well, this is how you do it. Had the one guard record it, upload it to their version of YouTube, whatever, and then, it went viral. It's like, oh, how did he get this video made in prison? Oh, there must have been a guard. We got to figure out who that guard is. I did like that. That was kind of cool. But yeah, so the people crying, it got too political. Yeah, it showed that throwing people into concentration camps is bad. That police brutality is bad. If you agree that police brutality and concentration camps are bad, you're not going to mind it that much. But if you think those are good things, you're going to cry that, yeah, too political. Obviously then, so you have the election, you got Tuesday conflicted because Carole's an immigrant. It's like, shit, my mom wins, all these go through, we might get split up. We won't be Carole and Tuesday anymore because Carole will be stuck on Earth. And of course, Carole's like, yeah, this is great and all, but like, we don't get. There's some conflict here because, like, she's friends with some of these people that are being sent back, and it's like, well, I want to do something, but if I do something, I might get sent back myself. Like, yeah, that could happen. But at the end, you get the 7-minute miracle. Again, if you want to know what it is, watch the show. And there's a couple episodes where the show runs into the end credits, because usually it's like, oh, end credits, next episode, press on the button, you go to the next episode. There's a couple episodes where they run into the end credits, so the show continues through them. It's like, I like that. And that's one of the things with Netflix that Black Mirror. Black Mirror's a perfect example. Some episodes like 12, 15 minutes long, others over an hour. And you can spend days on Bandersnatch. Bandersnatch, you can spend days going through that episode. So for Carole and Tuesday, it's like, alright, it has to be 23 minutes long. Can't be 22 minutes and 59 seconds. Can't be 23 minutes and 1 second. It has to be 23 minutes long. Exactly. Anything else, episode gets canceled. Goodbye. It's like, no, we want about a 25-minute episode. Okay, just have it run through the end credits. Ta-da! Get a couple of extra minutes of showing without having to worry about, oh, it's not 23 minutes long. You gotta cut stuff out of the episode. Although they could have cut out the Erdogan DJ storyline that he had. It was... nothing came from it. Maybe you could say, well, he wouldn't have done this if that hadn't happened, but I think he's the kind of person that was seeing the 7-minute miracle coming and going, I want to be a part of that. I may not like you, I may not like her, I may not like him, I may not even fucking care, but this is gonna be big. I'm big, so I want to be a part of this. You could have done that. You could have done that and had 2 minutes of show taken up instead of like half an episode here and half an episode there taken up by his storyline, if you even want to call it that. That's about the only part I just... like, everything else, like, alright, I can see that happening, I could see that happening. Okay, I can see how, like, his old school is clashing with his new school, is clashing with what they want to do, is clashing with what they want to do. I can see the strife, the anxiety. Like, I can see everything that happened in the show, like, I can see that happening. And then you get the Erdogan storyline, I'm like, unrealistic. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't impact anything else afterwards. The only thing it might maybe do is have him do the part at the end that he does. But again, you could have had him be like, hey, I'm big. This is big. I want to be a part of it. Ta-da! Not even 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. As opposed to have an episode here and have an episode there across 2 episodes and all that of his bullshit. Okay, I am ranting and rambling enough. That's what you come for, right? Probably not. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Check the show out. It is good. I was surprised. I mean, I love music. That's why I picked this show. Because, like, oh, it's about 2 musicians. I'm going to watch it. I was looking at that. Castlevania, Cells at Work. There was a couple other shows I was going through. Like, do I watch this? Do I watch that? I'm not sure. About 2 musicians? Click. Gotta watch that. But yeah, guys, give it a shot. And as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.